Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Following a series of subcontractor delays, the last-minute details are being addressed before services open at the state-of-the-art integrated healthcare facility in Maple Creek. Youth homelessness is not top of mind for many Southwest residents. However, it's a cold, hard reality for many teens in the community. 9 teams from across the province were in Swift Current over the weekend as the Barracuda Swim Club hosted the Saskatchewan A Provincial Long Course Championship and Junior Cup.
Thanks for joining us here today. As the finishing touches are put in place on the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility in Maple Creek, we take you on this behind-the-scenes tour.
It's been a long-awaited process since the sod was turned at this site back in 2011. And now 4 years later, following a series of subcontractor delays, the last-minute details are being addressed before services open at the state-of-the-art integrated healthcare facility in Maple Creek. The open and high-ceiling concept, combined with bright colors and the latest technology, will set a standard for new long-term care and acute care facilities in the province, including this update on the nurse call system, which makes Maple Creek only one of a few healthcare sites in the province operating this new technology. With the mere touch of a button, medical personnel or housekeeping services can be deployed to a patient or client's room.
Each department will monitor their own system. On the back end, though, of the data, the health region itself will be able to monitor some of our response times. We'll be able to use a lot of the data that system can collect to make sure that we have the right staffing level in the building, right staffing levels in the departments, and then more importantly, to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our residents and our patients.
And with all of the key health services under one roof, from acute and emergency care, public health, and physicians' offices, the flow of care will be better managed and often decrease the need for traveling out of town to see a specialist, thanks to the enhanced services of telehealth.
So we've put in technology in this building in terms of very, very high-speed internet and the ability to be able to run significant amount of telehealth. So telehealth is a little different than video conferencing. Telehealth is very specific to clinical practice, and so it's high-definition cameras, high-definition screens, very secure, so that we can actually discuss patient issues over technology. So in this particular building, we will have what we call 4 fixed-mount telehealth units and 4 portable. The idea is even if I'm in long-term care and I need to see a specialist, I don't need to be transported down to acute care. I can just have the video conferencing come down or the telehealth into my room, and we can do that.
Now, with only a few last-minute touches to put in place, June 17th will be the day when emergency and all universal care services such as public health will be available at the new Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility, with inpatient care services fully operational the following day. Meanwhile, the long-term care wing of the facility will be delayed, with its move-in of the 45 residents from Cypress Lodge until August, as the Cypress Health Region wants to ensure all details of the rooms are in place prior to occupancy.
Research shows that when you move a long-term care resident out of their home, you potentially could lose up to 20%. And by lose, I mean they would pass away and not be with us any longer. And so as a health region, we're very cognizant of that. And our fear was if we moved them and then had the contractor have to do some of the deficiency work. But then if we have to move them again to, say, put some new flooring in or paint a wall, we didn't want to put them through that twice. So as a health region, we made the decision that we are not going to move our long-term care residents until we are 100% satisfied with that end of the building. And so we're hopeful. Our contractor has indicated to us that should be sometime in that first 2 weeks of August.
A grand opening for the new $49 million Southwest Integrated Healthcare Facility in Maple Creek will be scheduled in September, offering 24 acute beds, 49 long-term, and 3 program beds for the residents of Maple Creek and the surrounding area.
The future is here. Saskatchewan's fastest internet with unlimited usage and blazing speeds. Infinite. Watch for it in your neighborhood, only from SaskTel.
Work continues behind the scenes to open a new youth emergency shelter in Swift Current. We have more in this report.
Youth homelessness is not top of mind for many Southwest residents. However, it's a cold, hard reality for many teens in the community. Escaping various circumstances in their home, they're now seeking shelter in parks, couch surfing with friends, or trading sexual favors for a place to sleep. The Southwest Youth Emergency Shelter Incorporated has been actively raising awareness of the situation and raising funds to open a shelter for youth in crisis. Bob Hale is the community chair and says the shelter would offer a short-term stay of 30 to 60 days for youth ages 14 through 18. And now with over $100,000 already raised, the group is still looking for a proper facility to call home.
We've been looking at houses. We haven't made an offer to purchase yet, but we've been shopping for a house that would be right for us. We're also looking at starting to look at getting staffing in place so that when we do open, we have trained staff in place and all of our policies and procedures in place so that we know exactly how we're going to be operating this facility.
And with dedicated fundraisers like the 5 Days for Change, which in its 3 years has now raised well over $40,000 for the project, the committee is pleased with the overall community support. And as the committee continues its search for a house, applications for grants and meetings with provincial departments will continue in the coming weeks to help cover the operational and capital costs of operating the proposed youth shelter.
We're looking probably a budget in the range of about $500,000 a year, something in that range, because we are looking at full-time staffing at the facility, and staffing costs, of course, will be likely the main expense.
If all goes according to plan, the new Southwest Youth Emergency Shelter will be open by the end of this year.
We would take a fundraiser that they do every year at the universities, and we'd extend it across a whole week here in Swift Current in our own community.
Competitors from across the province were in Swift Current for a special swim meet. We bring you all the highlights in this report.
9 teams from across the province were in Swift Current over the weekend as the Barracuda Swim Club hosted the Saskatchewan A Provincial Long Course Championship and Junior Cup. Swimmers ages 7 and older competed in a range of heats throughout the weekend, trying to qualify for the ManSask competition set for July in Winnipeg. Going into the weekend, the Swift Current Barracudas already had 4 qualifiers, with hopes of adding 2 more swimmers to the Winnipeg contingent from the Southwest. 2 of those pre-qualifiers were 11-year-old Griffin Duncalf and 16-year-old Kyle Kissick, who were hoping to improve on their times for a better overall team score.
It makes me feel pretty proud. I really enjoy the provincial relays because I went on short course and I've been there before, and it's really intense.
I think I've been with the club for 3 years now. I just made it to ManSask last year. I'm looking forward to go to ManSask. I'm preparing in the swimming practices and stuff. This to meet, I'm excited to be here with the team.
While others were striving to improve on their personal best, while enjoying their favorite pastime in the pool.
Before I didn't like competitions or anything, but now I do because I actually want to do it and I just love swimming.
The Saskatchewan A Provincial Long Course Championship and Junior Cup is held every June, with qualifiers moving on to a range of summer championships, including a chance to compete in the Western Canada Summer Games.
The future is here. Saskatchewan's fastest internet with unlimited usage and blazing speeds. Infinite. Watch for it in your neighborhood, only from SaskTel.
Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.